you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Dr. Edie Wadsworth. I was trained as an allopathic physician, but I have since then really embraced the natural health and lifestyle movement. I love helping women find natural ways to help themselves feel better, to balance their hormones, to sleep better, to have more energy, and all of that. So I'm really glad you're here. After practicing medicine for years, I experienced my own health crash. And a huge part of that health crash was how it had affected my mental and emotional health. I was at a point where I was having terrible insomnia. I was feeling stress and anxiety all the time. I'm pretty sure I was depressed. And I was trying to find ways that were safe, but also effective. And that is when I encountered the incredible power of essential oils to help us feel better. So I'm going to talk today about how they work. Why do they work so well for emotions? It's one of the things that I was eager to learn when I was just getting started in this new world of natural health. So I can't wait to share some of those things with you and just how they helped balance me out and help me feel so much better. So in the course of this video, I am going to share with you my favorite essential oils for emotions. I have some blends that just bless my life so much, and I want to share those with you. But I do want to start with this little caveat. Although I am a physician, I'm not your physician. So please consult your physician before you do anything crazy, like try to stop your medications or whatever. I think this is a great tool that can help you so much, but don't be crazy. The other thing that I want to say is that this is for people who are, in general, functioning well and just need a little boost, need some help sometimes. I tried using different essential oils and was kind of not really impressed with the results. I had pretty lackluster results until I was introduced to Young Living. And what I found there was that they had this incredible power to help me manage my stress and just in general feel better. It has become one of my favorite tools for emotional well-being. I tell all my family and friends that the one thing I notice when people start using oils is that they just feel better. They're just a little nicer. And I feel like we're living in a time when the world could use some niceness. So if you need help with that and you feel like, oh, I'm not myself and I don't want to feel this irritable or I don't want to feel this overwhelmed, stay tuned. We're going to share some great stuff with you. Time teaching classes on essential oils, and I love helping women find solutions that are good for them, good for the environment, good for their kids, with really no harmful benefits when you use them correctly. And one of the ones that I love so much for mood is frankincense. So there's my frankincense oil. I'm going to use a little frankincense while I chat with you about how the oils work so well for emotions. So I'm just taking a few drops of my frankincense and I'm just rubbing my palms together, taking a few good deep breaths. A lot of times when I'm breathing in my oils, I will remember to just breathe in gratitude, breathe out stress. I think using oils with that kind of intention is really, really powerful. One of the reasons that oils work so well for emotions is that the emotional center of our brain is located in our amygdala, and it's this part of our brain where our hormones, our memories, our emotions are kind of stored. And when you take a deep breath in of essential oils, those oils bypass the conscious part of your brain and go straight to this deeper part of your brain called your amygdala. So you breathe the oil in, goes to the emotional center of your brain and has an immediate effect. And one of the effects of the oils on your brain is that it can mitigate the stress response. So if you're in this sort of stress cycle where you're kind of always in fight or flight and you're always feeling stressed out, there are a lot of things that we can train ourselves to do to interrupt that cycle. But one of the simplest things really is just to breathe in some essential oils. And as you're breathing them in, you kind of breathe in that gratitude, breathe out the stress, and it has an immediate effect there in the emotional center of our brain. The other thing that's incredible about oils is the particle size is so small that they cross the blood-brain barrier. And so you breathe that in, and almost immediately, within seconds, you can start to feel the effects of that. Now, it's not like, it's not like taking something, you can take things by mouth for your stress and anxiety. It doesn't have that same kind of feeling. It's more subtle than that. But I have noticed that the more I use oils, the better in general I feel. The more relaxed I feel, the more peaceful I feel. And I know that part of the reason for that is because of the effect that they have on our brains. So what happens with our stress and negativity is we kind of wear these ruts in our brains, and our thoughts travel in the same patterns. We wake up, we feel stressed about the same things. A lot of times we feel like we don't have any choice. We're just like, oh, I'm stressed about whatever it is, finances or relationships or whatever. And those thoughts tend to wear this pattern in our brains, kind of like a rut. And those negative thoughts, that stress, that overwhelm, that we kind of allow that to go in a loop, those cause us to feel bad. So our thoughts are directly related to our feelings. The reason we wake up feeling down, sad, anxious, depressed is because we've allowed those thoughts to go uninterrupted. And a lot of times they're in our subconscious as things that we're not even really aware of. So part of what I love about the oils is that they kind of wake up our system. They kind of make us more aware of what's going on. That smell. Smells are really powerful. And those olfactory neurons, the neurons that conduct smell for us, are located in lots of different parts of our body, not just in the part of our brain that deals in smell, but that is a very powerful sense that we have. And if you can think about a time when you smelled something and it triggered a memory, that's because the area of the brain where our emotions are released is very near the area where the memories are, and very near the area where these olfactory neurons are, which is why smells often trigger certain thoughts and certain memories. So what you can do over time is basically train yourself to have better thoughts, because as you're triggering this with the smell of an oil and you're training your mind to think differently, the combination of those two things is really powerful to help rewire those areas that have kind of formed these negative ruts. So our thoughts that we are having cause us to feel a certain way. And our brain likes to conserve energy. So it likes to keep thinking in the same pattern. And in order to interrupt that pattern, it's going to require something from us. It's going to require energy. So your body's going to be resistant to that. You're not going to want to do it. But what I love about the oils is that the oils are kind of this trigger that comes from the outside. That's pretty simple. All you got to do is smell the oil, put the oil on your hand, put it in your diffuser. Just get that somehow in your system, and it becomes a trigger to kind of like wake your brain up and help us get out of these negative ruts. It's one of the reasons why when we go outside, we spend a lot of time in nature, we spend some time hiking, we go walk on the beach. There's something about being outside that really is amazing for us. And part of it is that's where, if you think about the trees and the shrubs and the flowers, those creations of God, those amazing creations, give off these essential oils. So as you're walking outside and you're smelling a spruce tree, or you're walking in a forest like I was a week or so ago in the Smokies, and you've got these pine trees and these hemlocks, and you smell that smell, those are essential oils. They're just volatile little compounds that the plants give off, and they have incredible benefits for us. It's part of the reason why we feel restored when we've been outside, when we've spent some time in nature. The oils out there are free. And so part of, it's why it feels kind of like therapy when you go on a hike or you spend time by the ocean, or any time that you're outside. It's really, really good for us. Part of that is, of course, the sunshine and the fresh air, but part of that also is just that these oils are everywhere. They're coming off the trees and the plants, and God created them to be very nourishing to us. So they have incredible benefits. So if we chat about, how oils work to impact emotions, you have these tiny little compounds that can get anywhere, that can cross the blood-brain barrier. They're adaptogens, meaning that depending on how what your body is needing, those molecules can adapt and provide what you need. And part of the way they do that is because they have a vibration, they have a frequency, an energy frequency. And I like to think of it as like if you have a hotel room, have you ever been to a hotel where you have a key card and you get that key card close to the door? You don't have to put in a lock and key, but you just get it close to it and those frequencies match and the door will open. That is very much how oils work in our bodies. They have a living vibrational frequency, and as they vibrate, I heard one book put it like they sing the song of the cells. They sing the same frequency and they vibrate and our cells open, and that allows toxins to be removed and oxygen to flow in and lots of different molecular reactions that allow our bodies to just do what they're supposed to do. And so they have this incredible power of being tiny, of being able to cross the blood-brain barrier, of having this vibrational, this living energy, this vibrational frequency that allows them to get access to our cells, to open our cells, and to help our bodies do what our bodies need to do. Again, if you're pairing it with thoughts, it can be even more powerful as you decide what you want to create in your life. You decide the emotions that you want to create by the thoughts that you create, and using an oil to help you do that can be really, really powerful. Now, I will say that you do need to be consistent. So using oils one time, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. We have a whole category of oils. The tree oils I love so much. I use Idaho blue spruce a lot. We'll talk about some of the specific oils in a minute. We have the citrus oils. The citrus oils are amazing for mood. They're really uplifting. So we have all these categories of oils that are good to help balance out emotions and mood. But one thing that you need to remember is that you need to be consistent. So it's kind of like, I like thinking about it in the same way that I think about nutrition. So just like you can't eat one apple and go, okay, why am I not healthy? Why is this not working? Don't expect to use one oil one time and then go, well, she said that it was going to be amazing and really help me. Yeah, it is, but you have to make it a routine consistently, which is part of the reason why it's so good to just get outside, do walks and hikes, and make sure that you're getting that routine of physical activity and getting outside where all those amazing oils are, where all that vitamin D and sunshine is. So being consistent is really important. A lot of times when you're trying to change an emotion or change these persistent thoughts, using the same oil at the same time of day can be helpful. I started using, when I first started using oils for emotions, I would do frankincense in the afternoon. You know, that witching hour in the afternoon where it feels like you're not going to make it through the day and everybody needs something from you and it's almost dinner time. I started using frankincense at that time of day to just give me just a little bit of a breather. Okay, take a moment, take a deep breath in. We're thankful that we have these kids that we get to feed, and so grateful that there's food to feed them. And it would just give me this little bit of a reset. So sometimes doing it at the same time of day really helps. I also will say that it takes some time. So give it a month. Give it, do it consistently for 2 weeks, 30 days, whatever. But I promise you that you will begin to notice the difference. And if you are not the one who notices the difference, your spouse will notice the difference. Your kids will notice the difference. People will start to notice. The other thing that I will say is that you need to use good oils. So not all oils are created equal. And make sure that you're getting a good quality oil. When I first started this journey, I used oils from the grocery store, oils from wherever, and I just wasn't impressed with the results. When I started using high quality, therapeutic grade oils, I started to get incredible results. So make sure you're using good oils. If you need an oils mentor, check in my description below and you can see how to get access to all my teaching. You just grab a starter kit with me and you get access to all my private teaching. But make sure that you're doing it with somebody who knows what they're doing, who knows how to teach you how to do it, safely and effectively and all that. And part of that journey is just to make sure you're getting really good oils. So let's dive into the specific oils that can help us for emotions. So one of the things that I love so much about the oils that I use, Young Living essential oils, is that there are so many good blends. And I would recommend when you're trying to deal with, heavy emotions or stressful emotions or whatever it is, that you find a good blend that can really be super beneficial for you. So a lot of times our emotional blends are named for the thing they actually do, which is super helpful. So I want to share with you some of my favorites. One of my very favorites is called Stress Away. So Stress Away is an oil that I got introduced to when I first started using oils. It comes in our starter kit even to this day. It's one of my very favorite oils. It took me a while, you guys, to love the smell of it. Most people love it right away. It has a little bit of vanilla in it and lime in it, and I don't know, it just took me a little while to love it, but I use it all the time now. I love it. You can put a roller top on this, or ours actually comes in a bottle with a roller top, and you can just roll it on your temples, on the back of your neck, anywhere that you tend to hold stress. And when I use Stress Away, I do really try to remember that so much of my reaction to things is in my control, how I think about things. And so I really try to reframe them, and I try to use the oils to help me do that. So I use Stress Away multiple times a day. I diffuse it in my diffuser all the time. It is a great one, and I know lots of us this year have felt a lot of stress, and no shame on us. It's been a stressful time with a lot going on, but I love having tools like this that really can help me. So Stress Away is one of my favorites. Another one that I love, this one also comes in our starter kit, which is awesome. It's called Peace and Calming. It's one of my favorite smells. It's one of my very favorite Young Living oils. This one, it really does. As soon as you take a deep breath of it, I think my brain is so trained for this oil too. I have such a fondness for it because it's helped me so much. I love diffusing it with orange oil or tangerine oil. I also love diffusing it with grapefruit. So the citrus oils in general are really good for mood and emotions. So Peace and Calming will quickly become one of your favorites. I have seen little mamas with babies that can just take their bottle of Peace and Calming and like waft it under the nose of a fussy baby, and I've seen the babies, just start to feel better. It really does work fast. It has an incredible smell. It's a really comforting oil. I think that one will be one that you really, really love. Another one of my favorite blends is called Valor. Let's see if I can, there we go. Valor also comes in our starter kit. Valor is a favorite of almost everybody that I know. I use Valor every day. Valor is a blend of oils that has Northern Lights black spruce. Spruce oil is one of my very, very favorites. It also has blue tansy, so it gives it this kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it gives it this kind of bluish purple color. I love using it on the back of my neck. I will often drip it down my spine. Some people call it liquid courage. I think it's just a very grounding, emotionally supporting oil. Again, what will happen over time after you use these oils for emotional support is just the smell itself you'll start to associate with feeling better. So I have such a fondness in my heart for these oils because they really have helped me so much over the years. So Valor is one of my favorites. Now, I'm going to get to a few that are not in the starter kit. And these are ones that I use all the time, and I firmly believe you need them in your arsenal. This one is called Release Oil. So Release Oil is one that I use. So I will usually at night take an Epsom salt bath, and Release Oil is an oil that I will use at night to just help release the stress of the day. They say that, I firmly believe that you can hold emotions in parts of your body. There's a lot of studies on this that we actually hold on to some trapped emotions. And I love the idea of being able to release those, being able to just be where we are, being able to say, yeah, I had a hard day. I was stressed. I got angry. I was resentful, whatever it was that came up for you for that day. When I use my release oil at night, I'm basically on purpose releasing that. A lot of times I'll put it over my liver area, I'll put it on the back of my neck, I'll rub it into my temples or wherever. I love the smell of release oil. I use it all the time, and I love the intention of just releasing whatever has come up for the day. One of the ones that I use all the time is called, and several of these that I'm mentioning, these last 3 or 4 that I'm gonna mention, actually come in a kit. I'll do a whole video on the kit, but it's called the Feelings Kit, and it has our most powerful emotion supporting oils in it. So this one is called Present Time. And I really do believe, as a life coach, I teach people all the time how to reframe their past, how to begin living into their future. And I think one of the most important things that we can teach ourselves is how to be present. How can we stop worrying about the future? How can we stop being sad and depressed about the past? And how can we just live in this moment? This oil is incredible. It has neroli in it, which is orange blossom oil, so it smells incredible. I oftentimes will put a roller top on this, and I'll just use it as perfume. I love using it on my wrists as perfume. It's one of my very favorite oils. It smells like nothing you've ever smelled unless you've recently walked through an orange grove. It really is an incredible oil. Another oil that I use every day for emotional support, and this one also comes in that Feelings Kit, is called Harmony Oil. So as you can see, it has a different top on it. You can buy these roller tops and put on any bottle of oil that you want. And because I use Harmony every morning, I will put it on my abdomen. I kind of make a circle around my belly button. I use it there. And then I just love using it as perfume on the back of my neck. And I love the smell of Harmony oil, and I love the intention of creating harmony in my life with my husband, with my children, with the other people in my life. It's one of my favorite oils. I've been using it for a long time, and I use it every day. Love, love, love the effects of it. Another one that comes in the Feelings Kit that I adore is called Inner Child. Inner Child is an oil that I used a ton when I was working on forgiving the people from my past, and basically forgiving myself for my past and getting back to this version of myself that's more playful and curious and joyful. So I love Inner Child. I use it a lot. I keep it in my purse. It's funny because we are in the process of adopting a little 8-year-old, and he loves to go to the park, and he loves for me to play, and he wants me to get on the bars and try to do the monkey bars with him. And it's so funny. I'll keep this Inner Child oil in my car, and when I'm feeling resistant, when I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this today, I'll kind of grab my Inner Child oil and put that on, and then go have some fun and play. There really is so much benefit in play, and so much benefit when we get sort of out of the habit of just being stressed out adults, and we just rediscover the joy of being curious and playing and finding ways to have fun. So I really love that oil too. Y'all, I could go on all day. We have so many oils that are so good for emotional support. Again, frankincense is one of my favorites. I use it morning and night. All of these blends that I have mentioned are incredible, and I can't imagine my life without them. I would love to know from you if you've ever tried oils to help improve your mood or to help balance you out in any way. And if you have, I'd love to know what your favorite oil is to do that. And then I would love to know from you what questions you have about using essential oils for balancing emotions and mood. So if this has piqued your interest and you want to learn more, you want to know how you can use essential oils to boost your immune system, to help balance your hormones, to help you sleep better, I have a really great video that I did a month or so ago called Unwrapping God's Healing Gifts, and it's basically how I use essential oils in my daily life. I'll link it here for you, and if you have any questions, just ask them below. We would love to help you get started. If there's any way that we can be of help to you, just let us know.